sisters, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be sharing some childhood memories. So these are just gonna be all over the place, just kind of memories that I remember and things like that. So yeah, the first thing I want to say, or the first memory, is that I remember back in the day when I was younger, I remember guesses were super popular. I don't know if you guys know what guesses are, because you guys might be too old to know what they are. But if you do know what they are, I was obsessed with them. They were before really like iPods or iPhones or even computers were really a thing. Those are like our electronics, our like things that we play on. Our DSs. I mean, we would play computers sometimes. We weren't really laptops. They were more like desktop computers. And we would play like Webkins or Club Penguin. I loved Motion Monsters, guys. I was obsessed with Motion Monsters. I remember that I loved it so much, I made my mom buy me a membership so I could get all the cool things in the game. And I remember playing on the quests because those are the funnest thing to do. And you would get little mouselings, and like you could get like the rare ones, and you were just trying to collect all the mouselings. And the quests were to like do these like certain like, I don't know, mission things to try to get a mouseling. And at the end of it, you'd get a mouseling out of it. So I remember doing that. That was super fun. Anyway, so I remember doing that. I was obsessed with it. I also remember my cousins were obsessed with it, and my little sister was obsessed with it too. And then I also remember that daycare. Like, I used to go to daycare back in the day when I was younger, and because my parents had to work, they still work, but now we're older, we can look after ourselves. But that was when we were younger, and we couldn't, and I was in like elementary school. My little sister went with me. She was in elementary school too. I don't remember how old I was, but I went until I was in grade 7, I think, and that was the last year you could go. And, or no, I think I went till grade 6. Yeah, I went till grade 6, I think. Yeah. So anyway, we had to do that. Or no, we didn't have to do that. We went to that, and then, well, we kind of did have to. And then I remember because we didn't have a babysitter either. Like, my parents, we just didn't know anybody that could babysit us. And we didn't want to rely on my grandma or my aunt because, you know, we just didn't want to rely on them. So, anyway, I remember that oh my god, I can't speak.
Sir, are you okay?
Okay, sorry. I remember every Wednesday at daycare we would have DS Day, which is basically electronic day, but we called it DS Day because DS was the most popular thing back then. So we got to bring whatever electronics we wanted to, but I always would bring my DS. I mean, starting towards the end, I'd bring my iPod because I started to get an iPod, but at the beginning of DS Day, or when it first started, when I first got there, and I knew about it, I only brought DS's because I only had a DS. And I also remember that every single year for my birthday, would get a new DS because I wanted one. And I wanted, you know how it's popular now to get like the new iPhone. It's like, oh my god, you got the new iPhone, oh my god, you're so cool. That's how I was, but I got the new DS. And back then, it was so cool to have the new DS. It was like, oh my god, you're so popular, you have the new DS. So, I had the new DS. Every single time I went to daycare, I would get like the new one when it came out. Basically right away. Not exactly right away, but like soon to when it came out. And I literally, everyone at daycare was like, oh my god, you got the new DS. And they were like talking to me, wanting to use it, wanting to see it. I mean, some other people had it too, but I was mostly like the main one. I always had the new one. And also, my little sister one time, my young sister, when she was like a baby, now she's 15, but when she was a baby, she got a hold of my DS, the first DS. It wasn't even a DS Lite, it was like the first ever DS. She got a hold of it, and she was playing with it, and she put a coin in the slot, and it jammed up the slot where the games go in, and you can't even use the DS unless you have the games, because that's the whole point of it. So it was broken, and I couldn't play games on it anymore. So we called the place where I got the DS from, and they literally let me get a new DS, the newest one that was out then, which was DS Lite, and then they picked the color and everything, and they literally, or we went to pick it up, and it was awesome. Like, I love that. They were so nice. I don't know why they let me do that, but they did. So that was awesome. I also remember back in the day, before we went to daycare, we would watch a show. And we would have like our little dinner, our little lunch when we were getting ready in the morning before we went to daycare. Or not lunch, breakfast I meant. And we would always have Eggos. Our mom would make them for us just because she just would. And then we would have those. We'd sit at our little coffee table right in front of our TV in the living room. and we would either, this is me and my little sister would do it together, and we would eat our Eggos, and then we would watch a show. And we would always watch Playhouse Disney. And I remember every single time we would get up in the morning at this time, it was like around like 7, I think. Somewhere around like 7:15. And I remember we would literally, well, what they would always be on would be Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Special Agent Oso. Those are the 2 shows that were always on. I think Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was like in the middle of it, and then we got to watch like 2 shows, and then the other show was Special Agent Oso. That was on, like, got to watch the full episode of that, and then we had to leave. So I remember doing that. That was super fun, and a lot of the old shows I loved watching. Like, I liked Caillou a little bit. I wasn't the biggest fan of Caillou. My little sister was more. I really liked Dora. I wasn't the biggest fan of Dora, but I really liked Willy Willy. Was like one of my favorites. Franklin was also one of my favorites. I really liked The Big Comfy Couch. I don't know if you guys know The Big Comfy Couch, because that might only be Canadian, but if you guys are Canadian, you might know it. To Be Binu. I really liked To Be Binu. Max and Ruby. Yeah, I remember watching Max and Ruby. What else did I watch a lot? I watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, just in the mornings, basically, when it was on. Especially also was another one. Handy Mandy, sometimes I would watch. Yeah, those are like the shows I watched as a kid. A lot of those are Canadian shows, so some of you guys might not know those, but yeah, those are the shows I would watch. And I remember one time at our library back in the day, this was when I was younger. These are all from my childhood. Like I said, it's a childhood, sharing childhood memories. So when I was younger, we still have this library, but we don't go there anymore because we don't read. But this is when we used to go there for fun and read and stuff. And it was like our local library to us. And my mom would always take us there because it was a good thing to go to. And, you know, we wanted to get rent books and stuff. Or not rent, take out books. And I remember every single summer they would have a coloring contest there. And we did it one time, and it was a Caillou one. And the prize was getting tickets to see a Caillou, like, concert, like a live show. And I remember me and my sister did it and entered. I don't remember who won. I think it was me or either me or my little sister won. I think it was me though. But I remember we got 3 tickets. I think it was 3. Because me and my little sister and my mom went, so it must have been 3 tickets. 2, you got to do 1 for yourself, 1 for a friend or a sibling to go with, and then a parent or guardian. So we won, and I went, my little sister went, and my mom went. And we got to see that. So that was kind of fun. And then I also remember, I don't remember when this was. This was quite a while ago though. We went to a Blue's Clues live show too. And I remember when we went in, we all got little notepads. Like, you know, the little notepad that Steve used in Blue's Clues. If you watched that show? Oh yeah, that was another show I watched. And we would get like the little notebook, and we got that. I don't actually remember the show though. But I just remember that part of it. Oh yeah, I remember when I was in elementary school. I don't know if you guys had this when you were in elementary school. Some of you guys might still be in elementary school that are watching this. But I remember that we would have lunch monitors at lunchtime when you were a primary school, so primary elementary, which was grade 1 till 3, and then 4 till 7 was immediate. For me, this is just me. I don't know how it works for you guys, because our elementary school was grade kindergarten all the way to grade 7, and then we only had high school, which was grade 8 to grade 12. We didn't have middle school here. So anyway, I remember in primary you would get a lunch monitor at lunchtime because teachers weren't there looking after you guys because they were in the lunchroom having lunch. So we'd have to get like older intermediate grades, like grade 4 to grade 7, to come look after the younger ones. And yeah, they would just come into the class, look after them, maybe play a game with them, you know, kind of be like a babysitter, or kind of be like an assistant teacher, but they wouldn't teach them anything because it's lunchtime. They just make sure they're on their best behavior. If they have to go to the washroom, let them go to the washroom, whatever. Make sure people are listening and not fooling around or doing anything bad in the class while they're eating lunch. So yeah, I remember doing that. And then I also remember in elementary school, we had big buddies, which were little buddies, but so if you were a primary, you would have a big buddy, and then if you were an intermediate, you would have a little buddy. So I remember they were basically just, you'd go to the class, and you would just like kind of like you're like a big sister to them, or a little sister, whatever it is. And you'd go there and do crafts with them or play with them or just like, you know, kind of be like a buddy to them. Just be someone like a mentor, someone they look up to, all that type of stuff. So I remember doing that. And then I also remember in elementary school, we would also have this thing called the book order. I think that was only Canadian. I don't know though. But it was basically where you got a catalog with all these books in it. And you got to send it home to your parents. And then you would look through it with your parents. And you could see if you got it, wanted anything. And then you could order them and they would deliver them to your class. So I remember doing that. And a lot of the times I forced my mom to buy something. She used to say, no, we're not going to get anything. But there were some books, because I didn't even really like to read. But there were some books, I mean I kind of did, but I remember I just get like, there was also like activity fun books, kind of like books about like celebrities. And I remember I was super obsessed with Justin Bieber, so I got a Justin Bieber book one time. I also got a diary one time. And then I think I got like a spy book or something, but I don't have that anymore. It was like one with like the secret magic pen that you could like draw on, and it was like, yeah, so I think it was like a spy book. Those are like the 3 books I got, I think. I'm trying to remember if I got anything else. I don't know. And then we also have a book order, or no, not a book order, a book club, I think. Or no, book fair, that's what it's called. We'd have a book fair where basically in one of the rooms in our elementary school, we would go in and there would be filled with books from the Scholastic book orders. And it would have like posters, and it would have like some erasers and fun like things too. You could buy like little erasers or smelly highlighters, or, you know, just little tiny things like that that a lot of people like to buy. And I remember every single year I would never really buy a book because I wasn't like the biggest reader. I would always buy either a poster. I remember I bought like a cat and dog one time, and then I think I bought just a dog one, and then I bought a cat and dog one, I think. Yeah, so I bought those, and then I also bought a little eraser one time that was like a bendy, cool eraser that you could buy. And then I also bought a smelly highlighter that had like 4, it was like a 4 highlighter. It was like a circle and it had like 4 different highlighters on the ends. One was lime, I think. They smelled like lime. One smelled like oranges, one smelled like lemons, and then one smelled like bananas, I think. Maybe it was just no, maybe it was only 3. Yeah, I think it was only oranges, limes, and bananas. I don't think there was a lemon one. I think I still have that. I don't know where it is, but it might be in my drawer over there. I'm gonna tell you one more memory, and then I'm gonna end this. And I might do a part 2 to this one day in the future because this is kind of getting long. It's already 12 minutes. It's not super long, but it's kind of longer for me. So here's my last memory I'm gonna tell you guys. Here's another thing. This is really random, but I remember when I was this was like super young. I think it was like grade 7, grade 8 even, kind of, where there was this thing. I don't know if you guys know about these, but they were rainbow looms, and they were super popular. I remember my cousins, kind of friend, but they were the people that lived upstairs from them because they used to live in a basement suite. And there was this one guy who was like my one cousin. Her name's Jenna. If she's watching the video, hello. I don't think she's watching the videos, but if she is, hello. Anyway, she was had this like friend who was one of the people who lived upstairs. I'm going like this friend because they were friends, but I don't know. And this guy, his name was Brandon. I don't think he watched my videos at all, but if he does, hello. I think he used to, but I don't think he does anymore. Anyway, Brandon, he taught me how to do it. Like, basically you can do it on your fingers, because this was before I even had a loom. And then later I got a loom just to try and fancier things, even though I couldn't really do anything else than this. But it was like a fishtail bracelet. So yeah, I remember doing that. I was obsessed with rainbow looms. I still have a whole bunch of rainbow looms that I use as like elastics sometimes, because my hair is so thin that I can actually use them as elastics, but I don't have my loom anymore or anything like that. That's old. And okay, I'll tell you guys one more thing. I said this was my last memory, but I'm gonna tell you one more memory. I also remember my cousins got an iPad one time, and it was a big iPad, and I remember that was like the first electronic we actually had after DS's, and they got like all these games on it. And I remember playing them. Like, we had like Cut the Rope, we had Flappy Bird. Oh no, not Flappy Bird. Well, we did have Flappy Bird. That was kind of a little bit later. We had what's that one? Angry Birds. We had all the maker games, and I was obsessed with the maker games, like obsessed. Like, you know, like where you made all these different types of foods, like all the types of foods. We also had this one game called Fold Me or something, like, or Fold Man. And basically what it was where you could, like, you had like a piece of paper and you could draw something, but you wouldn't get to see the whole thing. First you would just draw the head, Then that would go away. Then it'd be the next thing, just draw the body. That would go away. Then it'd be just draw the legs. Then that would go away. And then you would get it back and you would see your full thing and see how it looked. But it wouldn't look that good because it was like you couldn't see the whole thing. So it's kind of cool. And yeah, those are like everything. So that's all I'm telling you guys right now. This video is super long. I'm sorry about how long it is. I usually don't do videos this long, but I had a lot to say. If you guys want a part 2, give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below if you guys want a part 2. I might do one in the future because there's a lot more memories I have. I just can't think of them right now, but I know I have a lot more that I could probably share. And yeah, just share some common memories down below. If you guys remember like any certain thing that reminds you of your childhood or certain memory, just comment that down below. I want to hear you guys' stories. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and subscribe. Bye, sisters.